My name is Sean Blankenship. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Coldwell Banker, and I represent all of our marketing efforts globally. We're in 47 countries. Will consumers ever see smart home as essential? I think we're starting to see early signs of that, actually. Our research has indicated that buyers and sellers are asking for smart home technology. In fact, a recent study that we just did indicates that, the so-called turnkey home is now being defined by 50% of buyers as a smart home ready home. So we're starting to see that movement right now. So for real estate, the changes that are happening within real estate, it's very similar to when it used to be all about granite countertops or smart TVs, if you will, Wi-Fi. It's now moving into the smart home category, and it's becoming more of a topic because price points have come down, which is really interesting. So it's really part now, our leadership role in this industry, in the smart home category, is about education and training. Think of us as a catcher mitt, right? We're trying to make sense of everything that's going on in the field. It's very fragmented, it's moving very quickly, and as an organization that represents buyers and sellers across the world, we think it's our responsibility to understand as best as possible what's happening in this category. So consumer awareness about smart home and how it's impacting them, I think it's at a very nascent level right now. I think there's some wonderful brands that are doing some wonderful brand work, as we saw earlier today. So I think awareness is starting to pick up. I think it's still very niche-y, and I think there's a little bit of a concern because there's no single platform. There's all these different devices. You're hearing about security over here. But I think awareness is picking up, partly driven by brands, and I think a lot of what we're doing right now, because we touch so many consumers every day, is going to increase that awareness. So here's what we're doing to really connect with consumers in this category and how things are changing in the home. Because the home is like becoming this organism that we live with every day, and that's shifting. It's shifting with electric cars, it's shifting with smart home technology. So I go back to training and education. We have a lot of information for consumers now to learn about smart home technology. And you can go to coldwellbanker.com and learn about that stuff. We launched the first ever smart home certification for our real estate professionals. So Coldwell Banker sales professionals can now have a discussion with the buyer and seller and educate them around smart home technology. So we're digging in deep, and we're surrounding ourselves with some wonderful partners like CNET, August, Lutron. I mean, we're doing, we think, the right things to really help educate both our network of sales professionals who are touching thousands of consumers every day. So what are we doing to try to help the industry grow? I think that's a great question because it's really not there yet, right? We would love to see the National Association of Realtors get involved in this space, create education around it, so we're working with them. We would love to see the multiple listing services, which are 800 around the country. We would love them to get involved and to understand how identifying a smart home in the MLS database can move the industry forward. Our partnership with CEDIA has been fantastic. So we're writing curriculum right now. What is a smart home? How do you define a smart home? So we're working with several constituents to really try to evolve the industry, because if the consumers are demanding it and they are looking to us to be the expertise, we need to step up and play a leadership role. So what is the one smart home product I think is a home run? Tough question, because when I look at the industry and I look at the category, I really don't think of one product. Okay, so I'm not going to skirt your question, but here's what I would say. I think as the industry evolves and we have standards and platforms, I think the killer aspect of all of this is going to be voice the digital assistant voice recognition, because I do think that at the end of the day, if it's not as easy as flipping on your light switch, then it's not going to work. And I think it needs to be invisible in the house, and I think as you move through the house, it needs to learn, it needs to be invisible, and if you can use voice, whatever that product is, it's going to be a home run.